Front and center for this discussion. Hello, it's High Priestess Jamila. Hello. So, I wanted to come to you guys and talk about something really, really serious. Um, I want to talk about this, and I'm being very, very serious. Okay. Has anybody ever felt like they were being stalked by like the ghost of an evil person? I really, really want to ask that question because I just discovered something that I'm still grounding myself. When we think about ghosts, we think about them as being good. We don't actually consider what could be in their heart. And I actually, I've got some spirit investigations that I'm doing. I wonder if anybody else has felt that way. Like maybe if you've had strange circumstances in your life, strange things, unexplained persecution. Like I'm serious, okay? Where's my chat room at? I want to know because it's weird, it's strange. And the thing of it is that when you come to me, nothing is weird or strange to me, but I know that there's people out there that have felt that way. And this can be people that you don't know. I stumbled upon a video. I cannot get into detail. Not right now. I am going to later. How many people actually leave this earth, actually leave when they're gone? How many people? Because it's very, very strange. It's the paranormal, okay? And after some things that I discovered today, I am convinced, especially when I consulted my spirit guides about some things. So there's going to be a few different things that I am going to be kind of talking about on this channel, some spiritual investigations, and they are going to be quite mind-blowing. But I'm pretty sure that there's people out there, like, for example, when we look at, videos or news about people like Jeffrey Dahmer, is his spirit still walking this earth? Other bad spirits, I'm talking about negative spirits, I'm talking about people that left a mark in history that was really, really evil. Are they walking this earth? Are they able to afflict people? Are they able to? Because I do believe that, like for me, it's impossible to possess me, okay? Because I'm an anointed one, okay? But there are so many people out here walking around. These people have the ability to be placed under possession. Why do people think that only demons can possess people? Human beings can possess people too, if they are in the spirit realm, if they are ghosts. And you know what? In order to get them out of your house, sometimes you got to call them by name. This is like, I swear to God, it's y'all, it is groundbreaking. Like, I realized that I was being haunted by the spirit by the spirit of two women. I'm not going to mention their names right now, but I have been getting haunted since 2018 by these women. And I finally got them out of my house because they've been following me around for quite some time, right? Trying to wreak havoc in my life. And they've been doing the most. I'm going to get into detail. I promise. It is a trip. So I want to know if there's anybody else out there that feels as though something that you heard about, are these spirits stalking us? Are they actually stalking us? Okay. And the answer is yes. The answer is yes, because they create these weird circumstances in your life. And like, I knew that there was a reason. So when it comes to being, okay, I don't want my child on camera. Y'all, and you know what? I wanna yeah, I don't want my child on camera. I don't do that anymore. It's a big mistake doing it in the first place because you just never know who's watching. Y'all, this is insane. I know it sounds crazy. To some of you, it sounds crazy. However, if you have some weird, like just weirdness, like what's up with the weirdness? You know what I'm saying? And like, I figured out how these spirits can get in, because a lot of people are always talking about demons, demons, demons. What about spirits? What about spirits? The spirits of people that have passed away, that have committed suicide. And we see stuff like this in the movies, right? Like, for example, Amityville, the newest Amityville, the story that they told, like the evil guy that was haunting that house, how he slit his own throat and he was able to. Okay. And I know there are millions of mediums out there, millions of you. Like, how do you really know that you're not being haunted by these people and that they can sometimes possess you? Like for me, I'm incapable of possession. I am. Not to no. But I believe that so many people are left wide open. So many people are left wide open to this, and I believe that it's the truth. I believe that people can decide. I do believe that. And so a lot of people are probably wondering, well, what's going on here? Why has God forsaken me, right? To allow that to happen. Because when we think about ghosts, we think about them as being friendly and helpful. But what if it's a ghost that's not friendly and helpful? What if it's a ghost of a bad spirit or a malevolent capacity? So I'm like right now, I'm so thankful. I'm very, very thankful of my spirits for pointing this out to me. And it's a trip. So I will be exposing some ghosts that have been literally, they haven't been haunting me, but they've been doing some stuff. And so I realized this a few months ago with some other ghosts, but these were like I swear to God, y'all, it is a trip. And I am so happy and lucky that, everybody has been safe, everybody has been sound, because it has been extremely stressful for me to like grasp the concept here of what's going on and why this stuff has to be investigated. and how to some of these spirits, you don't tell them to go into the light. You got to tell them to go to hell. You got to banish them. Okay. So I'm sitting here and spirit is driving it into my head because I've just recently fully committed myself to Hecate. So Hecate told me straight up, she said, you have got to get those two spirits off of your back. It's the first thing she said to me. And I said, who are they? And then she showed me. And I was like, oh my God, it all makes sense. Are any of you guys going through that? Because it's funny how when spirit tells me this stuff, and then I take the appropriate action to remedy the situation, how it fixes it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all in your head. Like, people try to convince us that spirits only are in our head. And I think that if you freak out about it, that's the first thing that people think. Like, you can't freak out about it. You can't be afraid of it, right? So for me, I'm not freaked out about it at all. I've been communicating with spirits since I was 2 or 3 years old. Okay, probably before that. But it's just a trip how sometimes they stalk you. Sometimes they stalk you. It's weird. It's weird. Specifically, these two women have been stalking me. They've been stalking me since, and these two women they're deceased, right? They're deceased, but they've been stalking me. Okay. How many of you guys are going through that? How like the weird, eerie, strange circumstances that have been happening to you? Okay. How do you know where that really is coming from? Okay. So I don't really know if I'm gonna, I think that I will put it out there, but I have to be very, very careful because, but it's very, very real. It's a real phenomenon. And then especially when you think about the connection that we may have with people on YouTube. Because these two women were on YouTube for a little while. Okay. What's really going on here? I'm going to tell you what's going on. Spirits of people are basically haunting people. And I have been saying that I have seen the ghost of Ricardo Lopez on some people. I have seen it. I have seen his spirit on people. And it's so crazy. It is, and it sounds crazy, but I've seen his spirit on people. And so it is definitely something that I believe is happening. I believe that you just have to ask the right person. Like, if weird things are happening or you're getting these weird messages, ask somebody, because you're not crazy. I think that if you think that you're crazy, then you will go crazy. But it is definitely a very, very, very real thing. And these spirits have to be contained. They have to be put where they're supposed to go. Like, I don't believe that this always happens. I don't believe that it always automatically happens. I really don't believe that. So I'm wondering how many of y'all have been through that, because I'm just at the end. Like this has been a haunting that has been happening to me since before these two women passed away, before it happened, okay? But it continued even after death. These women died. Okay. I was absolutely blown away when I realized what was happening. And I was like, oh my God. And so what I've been doing is gradually getting it out of my room, my house. I realized that there was a really, really, really malevolent spirit that was in my son's room. And I got it out of his room like last week, a few days ago. It finally completely dissipated. I think that people being embarrassed about admitting that this can happen can be one of the worst things that you can do. And I believe that this is happening because it happened to me. And these women were really, really evil. Oh my God. Evil incarnate. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Because I was thinking about, hey, Care Bear, I was thinking about doing some readings again because I think it was like a few years ago. I did some readings called Who's Haunting You? I don't know if y'all remember that, but I did those readings, and it is very possible, it is very, very possible that people that have passed away that don't even know you can be haunting you. It's a very, very, very real thing. Okay. And because until it happened to me, I didn't believe it. Like I knew that it was a possibility this is happening. And spirit has been telling me that this has been happening. Spirit has been telling me that this has been happening. I'm sealing up this bottle. Yeah, it's been happening. And it's probably been happening to a lot of you guys. And it's difficult to find somebody to talk to about that. Okay, that's one of the things that I do because I'm going to deal with it anyway. Okay, a lot of people are afraid to do what I do, but you're going to deal with it anyway. That's what I figured when I got into this, ghastly, ghostly field. Okay. Yeah. When I realized what was happening, I got so pissed off. I did. I got really, really pissed because malevolent spirits, they can sometimes steal your life. They can sometimes create so much unhappiness in your life that you just would not believe. Okay. And it's a very, very, very real thing. So I've been all over my house cleaning, saging and stuff, and getting prepared for the holidays. But y'all got to understand that sometimes, because I'll have people contact me and they'll say, I don't know what's going on. And so, it's made me learn how to do my job more effectively because, now I know what are the right questions to ask people as far as what is leading up to these circumstances that is happening in their lives. Because sometimes it can be a malevolent spirit. People always look at the demons. No, this could be a bad spirited person too. Okay. Or somebody that's just evil. Somebody that's soul is just very dark. Okay. You gotta get that stuff out your house. You gotta, and I gotta follow up with somebody because so I can't be here that long. I can't tell you how many people have contacted me that have malevolent spirits in their house from people that have passed away, and it is so important to banish that stuff out of your house. It's very, very important. And it is also very, very important to support and to protect people like me that are even doing that job, because it's not something that people often want to do, either out of embarrassment, shame, fear. Okay. But I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. Okay. It's a lot of weird stuff going on the earth. It really is a lot of strange phenomenons that's happening. But I can tell you that this that I'm talking about right now is a very, very real phenomenon. Okay. Um, I do have a family to feed, so I can't necessarily do this stuff for free for y'all, but true, true to talk to someone because they might be crazy or mentally or just laugh. Is it good to use copel and saging? Copel resin is very, very good because what it does is it opens up the spirit realm, but you always have to know how to close it. Copal resin can be used along with frankincense as well as dragon's blood to open up doorways, but you have to close it. So yeah, it can be used to purify your home or purify a space or purify a body of bad spirits. Yeah. Okay. Sage is mainly for healing purposes, for grounding the body after spiritual attacks. Sage isn't really good for clearing out bad spirits. Dragon's blood is, okay? So that's why you can buy sage with dragon's blood, okay? But sage ain't gonna do. In fact, sage will sometimes um, work against you because it'll make you think that you've gotten rid of something, but you haven't. You have to use something else. You have to use something else to rid yourself of spirit. Sage does not do that. Sage cleanses. Sage can heal you, and sage can heal you really, really quickly. It can cleanse the body, but as far as like clearing out negative spirits, sage does not do that at all. Okay, yeah, yeah. Frankincense, copal, black Mayan copal, dragon's blood will definitely clear. Um, it'll definitely clear out and banish negative spirits along with other things. Along with other things. Um, but you know what? It kind of like when it comes to banishing certain spirits, it kind of takes a little bit more than just smoke. It takes vision and it takes experience a lot of the times, okay? Because um, a lot of times you'll think that you got rid of them, but then again, you don't actually get rid of them. The only true way of knowing that you got rid of them is if the circumstances, those strange circumstances that were created in the first place, are gone. Okay. And sometimes it can be simple or it can be harder. Okay. Yeah, sage cleanses the body. Sage does not work on deceased people, though. It doesn't. Yeah. I mean, copal resin or incense, I would use the resin, but copal resin or incense can absolutely clear you of bad energy too. And frankincense can actually heal you. But sage is not going to be strong enough to rid the earthly realm of these negative spirits because it just doesn't. It's not designed like that. Okay. It definitely heals. And if you guys are having that issue, I would suggest seeking counsel of somebody that has experience with that. I would, because a lot of people, when they talk about necromancy, they only talk about necromancy in terms of trying to do death magic on people. That's really not what necromancy is. Yeah, you can bring somebody back from the dead with necromancy, but not in that perspective, okay? Like, if you're going to bring a spirit back, you would have to possess the body of either a person, you can use a doll, or you can use a person, okay, which would snuff out that person's life if you're successful. But necromancy can also have good points to it because there's a lot of people whose souls are snatched, and you can bring a soul back to somebody's body with necromancy. Necromancy is also about communication with the dead, understanding things about spirits and ghosts. It's not just necromancy is not, people always focus on the negative, what they can do negative with something. That ain't what necromancy is about. Okay. So necromancy is a blanket term for many, many, many different things. Okay. Depending on the situation. So what I am talking about is necromancy, but I'm talking about necromancy from a perspective of healing people and helping people. Because if you have a malevolent spirit that is attached to you, it's going to create and an attachment doesn't even necessarily mean that it's in your body. It could be a negative spirit sitting next to you. It could be a negative spirit behind you or above you. And it's just, it's creating all of these things in your life. And so that's one of the things that I've noticed about a lot of people. And see, the problem is that a lot of people assume that those etheric doorways and your astral doorways are protected. And they're not always, okay? They're not. You may have had a mother or a grandmother that knew about that, but that's few and far between. Rarely do people actually know anything about the astral and the etheric realm and how it works. I didn't even know when I gave birth to my children. I didn't even know. I know now, but and if I would have known what I knew back then, you know what I'm saying? But oh, thank you, Ziana. If I would have known what I knew back then, you know what I'm saying? But life ain't always gonna be perfect. I think that we can get it near to perfect if you understand how to help yourself with this stuff. But yeah, you like this? This is my it's cute. It's a Hecate wheel sigil with a skeleton key. Thank you, dear. How you doing today? Hello, Deidre. Hello. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've actually been, I don't know, I've been thinking about locking my hair up. I might go ahead and do it. But yeah, so if you got that kind of thing going on, just admit to it and get some help, man. Because it's happening, it's happening all the time. And I think it's rarely, is it really being talked about? No, everybody is focusing on the bodies of people. Yeah, we do need to focus on these people that are empty seaters, because empty seaters, which are people that are just like wide open to this, you know what I'm saying? Nobody can ever say that High Priestess Jamila is an empty seater for a malevolent spirit that's trying to do something to you, right? I have to defend myself, but there are some people that can be a like a catalyst for these spirits, or like a gateway for these spirits, and they will sometimes speak for them. So you deal with the spirit and you pretty much, did what you had to do, but you got to pay attention, and it's a lot of distractions out there. It's a lot of distractions. So you love the skeleton key necklace. Thank you. Yeah, I got this last week. And it's got a pretty heart on the back of it. But thank you, sweetie. Thank you. So I'm wondering how many of y'all out there are experiencing this, and like, do you need a spiritual investigation? Like, that's crazy. Like the stuff, like when I realized the spirits of these two women that were stalking me, I was like, oh my God, get out. That's the first thing I said to them was, get the hell out of my house. Because they've been running all through here. And I'm like, what? And y'all wouldn't believe who it is. I ain't going to say right now. I'm going to discuss that later. That's crazy, right? Wait, these spirits can wreak havoc. I gotta go in a minute, y'all, because I'm about to go get me something to eat because I'm hungry. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm kind of weird about people touching my head. It took me about 12 hours to do these. These are crochet. They're the individual crochet. Took me about 12 hours to do it. Which is kind of longer than it takes me to braid my hair up, but it was worth it once I was done. You know what I'm saying? And no, but yeah, like I needed some clarity. I feel like the blue hair is giving me clarity for real. Cause I saw this like when I just because I was gonna do red, and then I looked at this picture of this real pretty lady on Amazon. I was like, oh my God, I gotta have blue. So I will tell you that on September 1st, I was hit by a car walking across the street. I have a deceased husband, father, and daughter, and I listened to a psychic reading the other day, and the woman, okay. Are you okay? I'm sorry to hear that. You okay? Told me that it was my husband who wanted me in heaven and my daughter wouldn't let him. And now that right there too. That right there too. Yes. Wow. Yeah. Did you go somewhere to get his spirit, like his disembodied spirit? Did you go somewhere to banish that spirit? You know they used to do that in the church. They don't do that no more. They used to do that in the churches. They don't do that no more. They don't do that no more. You know, like if you're gonna get paid for something, do your job. That's how I feel about it. Like to me, I think that most of the time they are just in it for the money. Churches and funeral homes. I don't feel like they actually consider like this is the spirit. Like you're dealing with a spirit, okay? You're dealing with a spirit, and so a lot of them they're not mindful of that anymore. How long ago did he pass away? Yeah, I would say that thinking about it, like most of the people that I know are being haunted right now, and they just don't know it. Okay, they just don't know it. As we get towards Samhain, it's actually Samhain. Okay, Samhain is how you pronounce Samhain, but I like saying Samhain. As we get closer, the veil gets thinner, and they walk, they roam. Yeah, yeah, they are. They are very silky, and these are not. I called them goddess locks, but these are faux dreads, is what they are. So, wow, Deidre. Wow. So he's kind of dangerous. He dangerous. You need to get some help with that. Hey, Kelly, how are you? It's going good. It's going good. I'm about to get off of here and get me something to eat on. I'm hungry. But yeah, it's definitely a very, very real thing. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm not going to focus on, like the distracting drama, even though there's certain things that I have to focus on within that drama, which is why I got out my crucifix today. Okay. But I am gonna do some readings. Cause I did them last year. And you know what? When I get off of here, I'm gonna go back and look at some of my readings because I did some readings. I think it was like maybe either 2 years ago, last year. I did some readings around Halloween about, and I think it was titled, Who's Haunting You? Wow. So he's been holding on for 16 years. Wow. See, you got to get you some hot foot powder. That's the first thing. Sometimes it takes hot foot powder. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. If you don't mind me asking, how did he die? If you don't mind me asking. That's one of the reasons why I still smoke. Even though I'm going to quit smoking soon, when you have bad spirits around you, I think it makes you smoke more because tobacco actually clears out bad spirits. Actually. Okay. It's just that, it's probably not the best thing to inhale it. But then again, malevolent spirits, I'm going to tell you, these two spirits of these women, real, real evil. Very evil. And they did some evil things when they were alive. They did some evil things but you know what? I realized that the ghosts of certain, when I thought back about it, when I look at my life and when I look at my family, there was this one ghost lady that was stalking my grandmother. Right. And she also started stalking me. If you got negative spirits, yeah, but I would more so use the hot foot powder, kind of like, that Zen garden, like take an image of the spirit that you're trying to banish and use it on the image. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, you can definitely do that. Hot foot powder has sulfur in it. Some people put like red pepper, habanero pepper powder in it. And so that may, cause some damage to your house. So salt is actually really good too, believe it or not. Salt is something that is available in abundance. And then even I've been trying to get my hands on some crystallized sea salt, like not the sea salt that we have for consumption, but like the actual salt water crystallized. And I was looking on Amazon for it. I think I may have to look on eBay for it. Like actual crystallized seawater. Because I saw somebody with that and I came across it, and Spirit want me to get some of that stuff. Oh. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, guys, some people think that when they have a malevolent spirit on them, you think, I don't want to go to somebody because I'm scared this spirit is going to be dangerous to other people. And that's not always true, because some of us are highly anointed. Okay. And I'm definitely anointed. So don't ever be afraid to come to me. Okay. Don't ever be afraid to come to me about that. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's happening a lot. And I've been put through a lot of tests. I have been, and it's been a trip. You know what I'm saying? So that I think that we need to focus on the spirits of these people. And like every time I see something, especially like crimes and stuff that have been committed and stuff like that involve death. Okay. Because if somebody, rapes somebody or robs somebody or beat somebody up or something, that's traumatic to the person. And I do think that people need to heal from those afflictions. But anytime there's any kind of murder where somebody's life was taken, that's something that needs to be taken very seriously. Because I was looking at this documentary about this guy, and I think his last name was Salwell, and he was murdering these sex workers, and they were on drugs as well. They went and tore those people's houses down. Spirits typically will linger where they were murdered. They will, because it's considered to be their final resting place. Why they would tear down that house was a huge mistake. And so it's so much that I'm dealing with right now that I didn't really have time to look up. Like, I can imagine that neighborhood just went all the way down because, sometimes spirits are just angry. Sometimes they're angry because nobody hears them and they need for somebody to hear them. Sometimes they're evil, because the spirits of the two women that I'm talking about were both witches. They were both witches. That's all I'm going to say. And they did some things. They basically did like a ritual before they died. And so, you know me, I live everyday life. You know what I'm saying? When you're a medium, you just want to live a normal life, and you can, but you just have to pay attention. Because like when my aunt told me that I had the gift years ago, she just kept telling me every time my auntie would see me. I kept asking my mama. I said, Mama, why she keep telling me that over and over again? And my mama would sit there and go, She would just sit there and go, Every time I see my auntie, she'd be like, and when you was 3 years old, you used to talk to Keith. And she would just drill it into my head. And so it's really a trip. I'm used to it at this point because I've been working in this, I've been doing this for years now. So I've gotten used to it. But when it goes very deep, the rabbit hole goes very deep, evidently, because when I discovered that, I was like, what are you doing? Why are you here? And so I just, of course I have a printer, and I just printed out their pictures, and I said, get the hell up out of my house. And they left. You can tell that they left. But it's just a trip, the crazy stuff that they had been creating in my life. And they were obsessed with me before they died. So be careful on YouTube. You never know who's watching you. Okay? Yeah, that's what I've been doing, protective styles, Diana. That's what I've been doing. Oh, Deidre, by the way, I'm sorry for your loss. Sid's deaths are always a mystery. They are very, they've been noticing a lot about that because, a lot of women, they'll put cameras over their babies' cribs and the stuff that they see. And so a lot of people will say, well, it's the government. The government is letting all this stuff in. But how do we really know that it's them? How do we know it's just one of those supernatural occurrences that's happening? And then especially if you are the descendant of a shaman, or you're the descendant of a medium, and you don't have to feel like your life is over. Just understand who you are and why this is happening to you and get help with it, right? Okay, but then people that aren't mediums, which if your spiritual gifts are developed enough to where you are a medium, right, then that means that you're very lucky, because some people, they just have these spirits running in and out and their lives are just destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Like they just, like you hear all this quiet around me, and that thing that I was talking about with protecting your astral doorways, that's a very real thing. Okay, that's a very, very real thing, I'm telling you. Okay, especially if you're having disturbances in your home, and a lot of people are, and they're not really understanding why. Hey, Zanida. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you? How are you? Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So anyway, that's just, I don't know. It depends on where spirit takes me. I don't think that I'm quite ready to talk about it. Maybe in like another couple of weeks, I'll talk about my experiences with these two spirits. And then there was actually other spirits behind those spirits that were like disembodied, angry, upset, and it's a very, very real thing. I can tell you that. And you feel a sense of relief. You do. You feel a sense of relief because, a lot of people like to call us crazy. I'm very responsible when it comes to that. Like, I've always been woken to that, even when I was a kid, I would calmly communicate with these spirits and they didn't freak me out. I think that the older that we get, though, we start to become afraid of it when we get up in our teens and stuff, but, I've become very accustomed to it to where I can handle the situation without freaking out because I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, man. That is a risk with that. Yeah. I'm so sorry about that, Deidre. Yeah. Mm. That's one of the reasons why I went. That's one of the reasons why I said I think sometimes you just gotta follow your intuition, but because that stuff is very, very real. That's a sign. Ooh, that is a sign. Yeah. I'm so sorry. A lot of people have reported that. A lot of people have reported that a lot of people's lives have been destroyed because of that. And so that's why there's so many people that are against it. So I'm so sorry about that, hon. Okay. Because that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing imaginable that anybody could even possibly think about. So, yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's my cue. I will catch y'all later. Yeah. Be careful out here, y'all. Okay. Blessings. Bye-bye.